Hello and welcome to my media evaluation question 1 part 3, which will cover my double page spread. My double page spread was inspired not by Toast but by Total Guitar Magazine's double page spread on Slipknot. The simple but effective house style of having the text on one side and a big picture on the other was inspirational, and I thought that this design would suit my contemporary young target audience. This particular feature of Total Guitar is called String 'em Up, and is presented like this in a black box with tattoo-like arting consisting of a skull with angel wings to match the rock-themed house style. Because I thought that this would be good for my magazine, as it was aimed at mainly a rock audience, I decided to name my page Strummin' and put it in a similar black box. I used the Crazy Killer font to make it look modern and slightly gothic and rocky. The arty image that I used to go with this was a picture of a skull with a sword and wings, which I got off the internet edited in Photoshop using the cutout tool. I also used the red, black and white house style, having a red banner going across the top of the page in a similar way Total Guitar Magazine does, and so that it would match my contents page's red banner. On the red banner on Total Guitar's double page spread is a bit of text saying monitor with the O turned into a speaker. Instead of completely copying this, I replaced monitor with pickup, which has a similar rock theme, and chose not to turn any of the letters into objects. The font I used was Rockwell Extra Bold, a very block serif font to make the text stand out. I also used this font for my page heading, Emma Wadsworth, for the same purpose, but made this text the same red as my banner to add a bit of variety to the page, and at the same time to match the house style. For my subheading, I used the serif font Rockwell, which gave the text a slightly more normal look, but still made it stand out more than the normal text. I made each column of text quite long and only used a size 9 for my text to make sure I could get all of my text in. The gutters between each column were quite small as well, whereas in Total Guitar Magazine one of them is quite large. I didn't copy this style because I wanted to add in more text to make sure that my audience will get more info. I also used the red drop capital to go with my house style and to add a stylish tone to the page. It is also a much used trend to use a drop capital in magazine articles. Inspiration for this came from Total Guitar Magazine's drop capitals, which are in a thick serif font. I, however, wish to use quite a thin serif font to make more room and to also make it personally stylized. My pull quote, like Total Guitar Magazine, was given a black box with a subheading in a red box, all in a thin white serif font to suit the red, white and black colour scheme. I borrowed this style and used it on my own magazine. The font I used was Rockwell. My picture covered all of the right page with a white background. I decided not to have too little images floating around like in Total Guitar Magazine, as I felt it looked untidy and I also had no room for it without making the picture ridiculously small or covering up important parts of the main image, like the guitar or face. In the main article, I made the questions bold, the name of the answerer red, and the answers in normal text. The first time the interviewee speaks, their name is in full. However, the second time they speak, to save room and add a personal touch, I simply put their initials. I got this tip from magazines such as Kerrang! And Total Guitar Magazine, who also do it in their articles. This was to make my young audience feel like they had more in common with the writer, thus making them read on because they feel more comfortable. And that's the end of question 1 of my media evaluation. Thanks for watching.